Hold up. Rivian did it again. If the R1T Quad was the brand's high watermark for electric trucks, the R1S Quad is the same idea in a family-sized SUV. 4 independent motors, mind-bending traction control, real off-road chops, and a daily-use interior that actually makes sense. Over the next 8 minutes, I'll walk you through everything that matters. What it looks like, how the cabin feels, the quad motor performance numbers, yes, they're wild. Range and charging reality, the tech that makes it useful, price expectations, and who this SUV is for. Let's get into it. From a distance, the R1S Quad reads like a serious, purposeful SUV. It keeps Rivian's clean, modern lines. That horizontal light signature, the simple vertical headlights, and a sculpted profile. But the quad-specific bits give it a tougher vibe. Beefier bumpers, larger wheel arches, and a slightly more aggressive stance. It's big without being bulky. The long roofline and tall greenhouse mean real interior space, and the short overhangs hint that Rivian didn't sacrifice off-road geometry for aesthetics. Underbody protection, integrated recovery points, and a more pronounced skid plate show Rivian balanced form and function. The available colors for the quad trims trend toward earthy, adventure-first tones, deep greens, slate grays, and a few tasteful metallics that suit the outdoorsy personality. Slide inside, and the R1S continues Rivian's excellent packaging work. The moment you sit, you notice the cabin feels open and calm. Clean dash, wide central touchscreen, and a row of simple physical controls for the things you need in an instant. Materials are premium but purposeful. Soft touch synthetic leathers, durable trim that's easy to hose down after a muddy trail day, and tasteful wood or recycled accents depending on trim. It's an SUV you don't mind bringing kids into, but it still feels special on longer trips. Seating is generous. The 3-row layout is usable for adults in the 2nd row and comfortable for kids in the 3rd. Storage is everywhere. A large front trunk for fragile gear, deep underfloor bins, and that iconic gear tunnel concept Rivian introduced on the truck, scaled for SUV life and super handy for storing long or awkward items. Now, the part that makes people actually sit up, the quad motor powertrain. The R1S Quad places a motor at each wheel, which gives the SUV instantaneous control over torque distribution like nothing a conventional AWD system can match. That means incredible low-speed traction on rock gardens, precise torque vectoring in loose corners, and ultra-confident towing when you're hauling a trailer. In practical terms, expect combined output in the neighborhood of around 1,000 horsepower. In the top quad spec, and a 0-60 sprint that lives in supercar territory for an SUV. Think roughly mid-2-second to high 2-second ranges, depending on final tuning and tires. It's the kind of shove that pins you back in the seat, but crucially, Rivian engineers have tuned the chassis so it's usable. The SUV launches without drama, and that power becomes confidence rather than chaos. Range is always a critical question for a big electric SUV, and Rivian has balanced capacity with practicality. The Quad R1S uses Rivian's larger battery architecture, with usable pack sizes that target high 300s of miles, and mixed driving for more efficient driving styles. Real-world numbers will vary with wheel size, roof load, towing, and weather, but Rivian's thermal management and drivetrain efficiency mean the R1S Quad is capable of true multi-day trips if you plan your charging stops. Speaking of charging, Rivian supports very fast DC charging, and the company has been expanding its network and partner access. That translates to meaningful range, added in short stops. Expect practical charging sessions, where 20-30 minutes at a high-power stall adds real miles, which is what makes long-distance travel viable for an SUV this size. On the road, the R1S Quad is the surprising bit. Large SUVs usually compromise on handling, but here, the low center of gravity and torque vectoring deliver a composed ride and confident cornering. Rivian's adaptive air suspension lets you raise the truck for rough ground or lower it for highway efficiency and easier loading. Steering has been tuned to feel natural rather than numb. And the ride control is compliant enough for daily driving, yet firm enough to keep body motion in check when the road gets twisty. If you carry a family and want a refined daily driver that also takes you off the beaten path, the R1S Quad is unusually convincing at both jobs. Off-road, the Quad shines. With each wheel controlled independently, the R1S manages traction like a purpose-built crawler. It can creep over obstacles, modulate torque to prevent wheel spin, and maintain momentum in situations where older AWD systems would get confused. Rivian's off-road modes, crawl control, and selectable ride heights mean you can set the truck up for rock crawling or for snow-covered approaches. Cameras and underbody sensors give visibility where you need it, and the approach car and departure angles are genuine rather than marketing numbers. This is an SUV you can take deep into the backcountry and get home again without drama. Practical features that Rivian fans love are back and smarter. The interior power outlets, integrated camp kitchen options, slide-out storage, and configurable tie-downs make the R1S useful for families and adventurers alike. The cargo floor folds flat when you tumble the seats, and loading long items is easy thanks to a thoughtful tailgate design. Rivian's app ties into trip planning, charging status, and over-the-air updates, meaning the R1S will get new features and improvements over time without visiting a dealer. Safety and driver assistance are up to date. Rivian packs an advanced driver aids, adaptive cruise, lane centering, automatic emergency braking, and more. The company's focus on software means features improve via updates, and the mapping for off-highway use is steadily getting more sophisticated. That's important because a connected SUV that learns better routes and finds chargers intelligently is far more useful on long trips. Money matters, so let's talk price. The R1S Quad sits at the top of Rivian's range, and with that comes a premium. Expect pricing in the same ballpark as the R1T Quad, high five-figure to low six-figure territory depending on options and battery. Yes, it's a significant investment, but you're paying for a rare blend. Super SUV performance, genuine off-road capability, three-row practicality, and a tech stack that evolves. For buyers who want a single vehicle that does family duty, weekend overlanding, and long highway trips without compromise, the R1S Quad starts to make sense. Who should consider it? If you spend weekends towing a boat or trailer, if your idea of vacation includes rough forest roads and backcountry campsites, or if you want a high-tech premium family SUV that actually performs like a performance vehicle when you need it to, the R1S Quad is for you. If you're purely looking for the cheapest EV with the longest theoretical range and smallest price tag, other options will fit that bill. But for a buyer who wants a capable, future-proof, and awe-inspiring SUV, this is a compelling offering. A few pragmatic notes. Heavier mass means higher running costs on consumables, and specialized repairs for EV systems and bespoke bodywork can be pricier. Insurance is higher at this level, and availability depends on Rivian's production cadence. But Rivian continues to expand service and charging support, which will help with ownership headaches over time. At the end of the day, the R1S Quad is a statement. Rivian wants to show that electric SUVs can be luxurious, family-friendly, and outrageously capable all at once. It's an SUV that invites adventure without asking you to sacrifice everyday comfort. If you want something that can take the kids to school Monday and cross a mountain pass with a trailer on Saturday, and still embarrass half the supercar feel on the freeway, the R1S Quad is the kind of vehicle you'll want to test drive. So, would you park one in your driveway or keep it locked away as a weekend warrior? Drop your pick in the comments, hit like if you want a deep dive comparison with the R1T Quad or another three-row EV, and subscribe so you don't miss the follow-up where we put this thing through a family road trip and an off-road gauntlet. Hold up. Toyota just quietly added a new player to the electric SUV game, and it's one you'll want on your radar. The 2026 Toyota BZ Woodland. Imagine the practical sense of a RAV4 with the electric drivetrain of the BZ family. Then stretch it out a little, jack up the ground clearance, and hand it a real off-road toolkit. It's not a concept. It's a production-ready, adventure-focused EV that Toyota says will hit North America in early 2026. And honestly, it's the kind of sensible, capable EV a lot of people have been waiting for. First thing you notice is the design. Toyota took the BZ silhouette and gave it proper SUV proportions. The Woodland is longer and slightly taller than the regular BZ, with a more purposeful stance, body-colored panels instead of clunky black cladding, and standard roof rails that actually look useful. It keeps that clean, modern front end, slim LED lighting, and an aero-friendly nose, but adds rugged cues, tougher bumpers, underbody protection, and a look that says Trail Day, as easily as School Run. It's the kind of styling that reads upscale without screaming for attention. Under the skin is where the Woodland shows its intention. Toyota equips it with all-wheel drive as standard, using electric motors that combine to about 375 horsepower. So this isn't a mild city EV. It's genuinely quick for its class. Toyota pairs that powertrain with a 74.7 kilowatt battery on the Woodland, which the company says will deliver roughly 260 miles of real-world driving on a full charge, enough for most weekend adventures and serious day trips between charges. That output and range balance is Toyota's play. Strong performance with enough range to feel practical, not stressful. Toyota made sure charging fits modern life too. The Woodland uses the North American Charging Standard, NACS, so owners get access to Tesla superchargers and a very large fast charging network. And Toyota claims a practical 10 to 80% DC fast charge in about 30 minutes under ideal conditions. That's not hyperbole. It's the kind of charging behavior that turns a long trip from a planning headache into a series of sensible stops. For daily use, a smaller battery footprint compared with some long-range monsters actually helps charging time and energy efficiency. Practicality is a Woodland focus. Toyota increased cargo volume by stretching the wheelbase and reshaping the rear hatch, so you get over 30 cubic feet behind the rear seats and a flat-load floor with the seats down. Real usable space for bikes, coolers, or a weekend's worth of gear. Ground clearance is about 8.3 inches, and Toyota rates towing at around 3,500 pounds, so it's actually built to tow a camper or small boat without drama. There's also a multi-terrain camera system and a panoramic view monitor to help in tricky trail situations, because being off-road ready means more than just higher ride height. Inside, the Woodland borrows the BZ family's cleaner, more modern cabin updates. A large 14-inch touchscreen depending on trim, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and a clear digital driver display. Toyota kept the controls sensible. Tactile buttons where you need them, useful storage cubbies, and 2 wireless chargers up front. Materials feel upgraded from the old BZ4X, with softer surfaces and a more premium finish. But it's still a cabin built for family life and outdoor durability, not a luxury showroom. Toyota's emphasis here is comfort plus toughness, a place you're happy to live in for months on the road. What really sets the Woodland apart, though, is X Mode, and the off-road software that Toyota adopted from its partnership work. Grip control, snow dirt, and deep snow mud modes, low-speed torque modulation, and a battery crossframe built for extra rigidity are all part of the package. Small but meaningful engineering choices that let the Woodland feel confident where softer EVs would struggle. The AWD system is tuned for traction, not just acceleration, meaning the Woodland will crawl up slippery, rutted trails and still feel composed on the highway. Think of it as Toyota, taking the EV usability problem seriously for the outdoors crowd. On the road, the Woodland drives like a refined, planted SUV with surprise bursts of shove when you ask for it. That 375 HP number helps with passing and merging, and the dual-motor AWD system gives you that immediate electric torque in traffic while remaining smooth at highway speeds. Ride quality strikes a good balance. Enough compliance for rough roads, but firm enough to feel stable when you want to hustle through corners. Early previews and first drives from outlets note that Toyota dialed the chassis to be predictable rather than sporty, which is exactly what you want in an adventure vehicle that may carry family or gear. Price and availability are sensible. Toyota plans the Woodland for early 2026 in North America, positioning it above the base BZ models, but below luxury EV crossovers. Exact pricing will land closer to launch, but Toyota's strategy looks to offer good value. Capable AWD, modern range, and real towing for a price that should undercut premium rivals while beating mainstream competition on capability. Warranty terms follow Toyota's recent structure, including an 8-year, 100,000-mile battery warranty and solid basic coverage, which makes ownership less stressful long-term. Compare the Woodland to past Toyotas and to sibling models, and you can see the strategy. It's the BZ4X evolved, longer, taller, and more useful for people who actually go places off the beaten path. Compared to older gas-powered RAV4 Trail or Prime models, the Woodland swaps the noise and fuel stops for electric torque and simpler maintenance, and it brings far better traction and modern charge networks. against rivals like the Subaru Trailseeker sibling and other compact electric SUVs. The Woodland's combination of AWD, 3500 lb towing, real ground clearance, and Toyota's dealer network gives it a pragmatic edge for buyers who want capability without boutique hassles. No vehicle is perfect. The Woodland's 260-mile estimate won't match the longest-range EVs out there. And if you live in an area with only slow chargers, you'll still feel the pinch compared to gas. Interior space is improved but not cavernous, and Toyota's conservative tuning means enthusiasts craving a sporty SUV might look elsewhere. But for most owners who want to do everything electric SUV, commuting quietly during the week, hauling gear on weekends, and towing or trailering when needed, the BZ Woodland is a thoughtful, no-nonsense choice. No vehicle is perfect. The Woodland's 260-mile estimate won't match the longest-range EVs out there. And if you live in an area with only slow chargers, you'll still feel the pinch compared to gas. Interior space is improved, but not cavernous. And Toyota's conservative tuning means enthusiasts craving a sporty SUV might look elsewhere. But for most owners who want to do everything electric SUV, commuting quietly during the week, hauling gear on weekends, and towing or trailering when needed, the BZ Woodland is a thoughtful, no-nonsense choice.